Okay, boys and girls, I think we're ready. I think we're ready to film. Oh wait, something's missing. And by something, I mean someone. Adam. Where's Adam? You know what? I was going to explain why Adam's not here today, but instead of that, let's just give him a call. Let's just give him a call and see why he's not here. Call Adam.
Calling Adam. Voice mailbox of Adam.
Never mind then. Guess Adam doesn't wanna... Guess he doesn't wanna talk to me. That's fine. I don't care. It's fine. Who cares? I don't care. Who cares? I'll just explain why Adam's not here. It's exam season for him, so he just can't be here today just because he's studying. So I thought instead of just like leaving an entire week without a video, let's just try something new. Stir the pot a little bit, you know? Just throw a new ingredient into this common apparel concoction. Sorry for the loud noises. My bunny has some lady friends over, so. So, today's video, we're going to be doing something similar to a discussion, except I guess it's just going to be with one person. So just a discussion with one person. Adam's not going to be here, but we're still going to be discussing something. As you can probably tell by the title, it's going to be the downsides or the dark sides to flex pieces and branded designer clothing. Now, just before we get on with this video, it is crucial. We're not saying this because we want more views. It's crucial for you to watch our previous discussion, which was on counterfeit clothing, just because we're going to be taking some of the points we made in that episode and kind of using them in this one. So if you haven't watched that episode already, we'll have a thing right here. I'm not going to summarize the whole video, but one of the points that we mentioned in the video is people purchasing counterfeit clothing that is branded as a means of almost like propping themselves up above other people because of the brand name. Basically, when it comes to branded designer clothing or flex pieces, the reason why they are flex pieces is because people recognize the clothing as being difficult to obtain because of a specific price point or because of exclusivity. So in the video, we kind of mentioned this as an insecurity, just because we were saying that people almost need that attention that the clothes give them to almost feel good about themselves. But the thing is that that same point can kind of be transferred over into this video when we talk about real branded clothing. Like in the counterfeit clothing episode, it's really important to point out that intent is key. Not everybody buys branded designer clothing and flex pieces with the intention to show off or with the intention to make themselves feel, you know, good about themselves. I fully recognize that there are people who buy these clothes simply because they want to make unique outfits out of them, or they like a certain brand, they like the aesthetic of it, or they like a specific designer, so they want to buy from them. There's other people out there, and I fully understand that. So that's not what I'm saying. In this video, when I focus on the negativity surrounding branded clothing, those are the people that I am referring to. That is people who buy the clothing solely with the intention of using it to make them feel good about themselves. Now, it's also important to point out the fact that this is almost all theoretical. I cannot go onto the streets and be able to tell who's wearing branded clothing with the intention of making themselves feel good about it. The only person who knows their own true intents is the individual themselves, right? And that's why I'm directing this video to the individual. If you are a person like this, if you are a person who purchases branded clothing as a means of kind of like propping yourself above other people, or you honestly believe that because of what you wear, you are better than your peers or better than the general public, I really do feel like that could be detrimental to you, and I really do feel that it could harm you in the long run. And I will explain why in this video. So we've already established the phenomenon of people recognizing the fact that what you're wearing is difficult to obtain, and because of that they will respect you. And it's hard not to be happy about that, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be happy about that, but with anything that's easily attained, with anything that's easy to attain, comes addiction. The truth is, the reality is that you don't actually deserve all the attention that you are getting. If you think about it, all that you're doing is just buying the clothing, right? And I feel like at some point you're almost blinded by all this attention and all this, respect that people are giving you, and you start thinking that you actually deserve it, that you've actually made something on your own that should yield that kind of respect or that kind of attention. And this leads to a weird phenomenon that Adam actually showed me a couple months back on Instagram. He showed me a series of Instagram accounts from people that I'm kind of like mentioning, the people who purchase designer clothing just for the sole intention of wearing it to get attention. And like I said before, I don't know this 100%, it's an assumption, but kind of like the cues that made me believe that is the fact that obviously they use flexi and branded clothing. The outfits are not overly unique, and they mostly just use articles of clothing from that brand, so everything kind of just like looks good together. And then the pictures are pretty much just focusing solely on, the flexi piece. I'm not going to be showing any of these accounts just because, like I said, I don't know 100% whether or not these people would fit into this category. I am under the assumption that they would be, but it's just an assumption. Either way, he showed me these accounts, and one of the very, very strange things about them was like a weird pattern that you could see across every single one. And basically it consisted of quotes for each of the photos and kind of like the bio surrounding around this idea of being, on the grind, or being on the come up, or, hustling, working hard, being productive. Although it's true that some of the people might actually be doing that, some of the people might actually be working hard and also posting these photos on the side, but I just honestly believe that people who do work hard, or people who really do try to progress in their lives, don't really flaunt like their working hours. They kind of just like keep their heads down and do their thing. And I feel like another thing that would point out the fact that these quotes are, I guess, dishonest, you can say, is because of the fact that it's very obvious what they're trying to do, and that is to constantly kind of like remind their peer group, or almost remind themselves or remind the public that they're doing something. And I feel like somebody who does that is probably insecure because they're not really doing anything, so they're looking for very easy validation to tell them that they are actually doing something, right? And I want to point out that the people who are doing this do so because they don't really have anything real in their lives that can validate them as being worth anything. And I know that may seem very, very harsh, right? But if the only thing that makes you feel good and the only thing that makes you feel like you're progressing is something that you buy, it means that the good feeling that you get out of the validation is entirely external to you. So you're not responsible for it, right? And since you're not responsible for it, you don't actually deserve it. And let me point out again before I keep going, I could care less if you're a person like this. I'm not making this video for you to judge other people. This video is made with the intention of self-reflection, because I honestly do believe that if you are a person like this, the environment that you're creating for yourself is extremely toxic, and it could bite you in the ass very quickly. The reason why this becomes an issue, or the reason why this can become a very, very, very grave issue, is because all the attention comes to you so easily that you almost stop feeling the need to be creative. You stop feeling the need to actually progress because all the validation is right there, all the likes are right there, and you kind of just get stuck in this rut, right? And the problem with that is that eventually it's going to end, right? It's not sustainable because it's not based on anything that's real. It's not based on anything that you yourself have created or controlled, right? It's completely outside of your control. It's clothing. I feel like eventually everybody will come to the conclusion that all this stuff that, made you feel so good is completely false. And the problem with that is that at that point, your ego is so inflated. You think that you're so big, right? That when you realize that you have absolutely no foundation that you built your entire ego upon, you fall, right? And the more highly you think of yourself, the higher you fall. Now, with that being said, designer clothing and the kind of like the social pedestal that you get put on for wearing it could actually be used to your own advantage. Let's say, for example, you're a person with anxiety, or you have, you know, low self-esteem. Clothing can be actually a very good way to make yourself feel better about yourself, right? But the thing is that it's one step. It's really important to take that next step and do something else with it. This video is really not made to be like negative. I know I kind of like went on a little rant. I didn't mean to, but I honestly feel that it's in your best interest as an individual to only be proud of things that you yourself have created, because anything else is completely unsustainable. I'm starting a second channel, or not really a second channel, just like an individual channel where I'm going to be making videos kind of like this. Adam was not able to be here, and I thought this was kind of like a perfect opportunity to like test something like this. So if you guys did enjoy it, let me know and subscribe there. I'm going to be making videos that are kind of like following around this one, so it's going to be a little bit more like personal, kind of like sit down and chat about something that I'm opinionated about, I guess. And don't worry, Common Apparel will still like continue. Nothing is going to, you know, change that. I just wanted to try something new and a new style of video that I feel like would be better established on a separate channel, just because it is a little bit different to what we usually do. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. So yeah.